Hey, everybody, and welcome to Kame House Party for another week. I am one of your hosts. I am Vince.
And I am one of your other hosts, and I am Aaron.
And this is the podcast where we, what do? We attempt to watch every episode and iteration of Dragon Ball, and then come on to a podcast, and then we talk about it. We do a little bit of improv, and that makes us the bestest and only improv comedy Dragon Ball watch-along podcast in the known universe. And we've got another great episode of Dragon Ball Z to cover. But before we get into that, Aaron, I gotta let everybody know that we've got some procedures. We've got a process, and the first part of that process is the world famous.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they heard me. World famous, UN sanctioned. That's right. And recently Olympic Committee approved 1 minute roundup. Ice melting sound.
Well, we're the last 2 polar bears.
Oh, it's a crying shame us 2 polar bears are the last ones.
With the seals, that's really it. I'm mad that the seals are gonna keep living.
Oh, don't get me started. Those dang seals with their insulated blubber. I know we've got it too, but they can swim for days and just come up for a little bit of air. They don't have to doggy paddle.
Mm-hmm. They don't require ice caps to walk upon. Slapping their bellies, mocking us.
Oh, they're so comedic. Honking horns.
Like literal clowns, these guys.
Wearing those, what do you call them? Those stupid collars.
Mm-hmm. I think that's it. Just stupid collars.
Stupid collars.
Ingratiating themselves to humans. They're sellouts is what they are.
Huge sellouts. Mm-hmm. Them, the penguins.
Once they got that movie.
Mm-hmm. Don't even get me started on Mr. Popper.
Nope. Happy feet, more like crappy feet.
Penguin and the Pebble, more like Penguin looks disheveled.
And scene.
And that is our improvised scene that we do at the top of the show to loosen or tighten our improv muscles for whatever our discussion of this week's episode may call for. And I'm glad we highlighted the plight of the mighty polar bear.
Mm-hmm.
The most deadly of all the bears. Grizzlies, get out of here.
Send him a Coca-Cola. Help him out.
Yeah. Don't let an AI do it.
Yeah.
Don't let any of these many AIs do it.
And don't send Pepsi. They know.
They can tell the difference.
They've taken the challenge and they chose Coke.
They choose Coke 100% of the time.
Most polar bear.
Oh, go for it.
I was gonna say most polar bear maulings are caused by someone trying to hand them a Pepsi, like some sort of Kardashian to a police officer.
Oh, I remember. She ended racism.
Never since, and never again.
God damn it! I work in advertising, and I feel like it at times is like the best of humanity, and it also just brings out the worst ideas of humanity that humanity has.
Is it? Yes. Or is it just ask someone else about it? It does sometimes feel like it's like, 3 people made this decision with 0 oversight. All right.
Hey, I don't want to out anybody, but I've worked at companies where it has been 3 people. One of them, and only one of them is over 30, making the decisions on what goes live. Boy, oh boy, I could talk about advertising all day, but I have to get to the 1 minute roundup proper. That's right.
No.
That was a little bait and switch. And the 1 minute roundup proper is where one of us, this time Aaron, has 60 seconds. 600 segundos.
Okay.
I think I said that
I
correct.
agree.
To summarize everything that has happened in Dragon Ball up until this point. That's all 150 plus episodes of Dragon Ball and the over 186 episodes of Dragon Ball Z. The numbers, Aaron, are getting so large, I think I'm playing Balatro. But I'm not. I'm definitely not.
You sure
tapping
you
on my
aren't
phone
on the-
right
on
off
the-
screen.
There's not a tab open.
He caught me. He got me. And so, and the reason why we do this is so that you, the listener, you don't have to go back and watch every single episode of Dragon Ball Z or listen to every single episode of this podcast to know what we're talking about and what we're on about if you're British. And now that I have all of that preamble out of the way and I can see the UN Secretary General nodding politely off screen so that we may proceed. Aaron, I have one question for you. Are you ready to round up?
Yes, I'm ready to round up. And here I go. Dragon Ball is about 7 magic crystal balls. You collect them all. You get any wish you want. It stars Goku. He's a lad. He has a tail. He does karate. He makes friends. He makes enemies that he then beats up because those enemies when he uses Dragon Balls for bad. He grew up. He got married. Had a kid. He found out he was from space. He got killed by his brother. He trained in the afterlife with King Kai. That'll come into play. He comes back to beat up more people from his home planet, but all of his friends died, so he goes to a different planet, Namek, where the Dragon Balls came from, to get more of those things. He meets a bunch of freaks, and the baddest freak in the universe, Frieza. He kills him by being the legendary Super Saiyan. He hangs out in space for a while, avoids his wife, comes back. A kid from the future is like, "You're gonna die." He's like, "No!" But he takes pills, and then he's okay, but a bunch of androids attack. And then another android eats the other androids. It's a green one, and his name is Cell, and he's kind of a bug, and he becomes perfect. And he's like, "What if we have a tournament before I blow up the Earth?" And everyone's like, "Okay." Goku tried to fight him, but he lost. And then Gohan beat him, and he's beating his ass. And I think that's it.
Well done. I think you got it all, and you hit a little bit of a nugget of Dragon Ball that needs to be said at every turn. Like
Beating
Goku
ass.
loves
Oh.
dodging his wife.
Again, also relevant to this episode.
Tune in 5 minutes to hear what we're about to talk about.
See if we fuck around for longer than we should before getting to the episode.
Will time dilate as you listen?
Will those after dark boys come peeking their little heads in?
Perhaps Vince conjured his after dark self by eating a full bowl of fettuccine before this record.
I thought you were going to say feta cheese for some reason, even though I know you're lactose intolerant.
That is how you bring the after dark me out.
It just seemed crazy enough in this instance.
So why I could stay awake is with cheese.
The pain will push me through. I will, for those that don't know, we're a Sunday morning recording podcast. It's we put on our Sunday best big ass hats.
Yep. Right after service.
But now it's a Monday night. I can't think of a word for. I was gonna say hottie, but that's not it.
Though the drudgery of Mondays pulling us to our seats.
And old listeners know that when we have a Monday night, when we have a nighttime record, there's some nasty boys that want to come join the podcast. But we won't. We're gonna fight him off. We won't let him this time.
Look, we over the break, we definitely reinforced our sealing jutsus on the After Dark boys. It's gonna take a lot to bring them out.
I put a circle of salt around me.
You Seiko, I assayed yourself?
Sure. I was thinking Supernatural.
Oh. And you know, I did make a Dan to Dan reference, but I should have made what's that sequel to the Witches movie? Not Waverly Place, but the Disney one with Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh, Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, Hocus Pocus 2. Terrible movie. I'll say it. Come at me.
Never watched it.
Don't. One of them rides on Roombas that are evil. Evil Roombas.
What makes a Roomba evil? Mrs. Spot.
The red LEDs, my G. Red LEDs.
That's not evil. It needs love. It needs charging. That's what that means.
All right. There is, look, Tony Hale's great at everything that he's in.
Of course.
And he's in Hocus Pocus 2. Electric Boogaloo. But now, we get to the final piece of Kame housekeeping, where I tell you, the listener, that Aaron and I watched two different versions of the show. I watched the English dub version, while Aaron watches the original Japanese language English subtitled version, because comparing and contrasting is fun, and we've done it for going on 9 years now.
No.
I may have summoned the After Dark boys by reminding us of our mortality.
Mm-hmm.
But look, I'll get us back on track by giving the English title for this week's episode, which is episode 188 of Dragon Ball Z, A Hero's Farewell. Yeah.
Definitely a hero. I don't know how much of a farewell, but mine doesn't beat around the bush or the cell, as it were, because my title for episode 188 of Dragon Ball Z, from the original Japanese language, roughly translated, is Bye Bye, Everyone, Goku's Last Instantaneous Movement.
You heard the quiver in my voice. What an episode. What a title. What a thrilling conclusion.
A very somber episode.
Yeah. It's heavy. It's heavy, folks. So let's just start.
Let's go.
Recap too long. There we go. I'll hit that on the head. Right now. This must have been like an airing thing. They needed to fill time. They are definitely measuring out some stuff for the rest of this Z saga. But Gohan versus Cell, some of the most disgusting sound design I've heard in a long time. Cell just mouth agape, drooling after throwing up Android 18 in his big old boy form. He reaches down as if he was going to like grab 18 by the head and try to shove her back in, which is also very nasty.
Yeah.
Very gross. But Krillin yells, "Don't touch her!" and lunges like he's going to do something. Thank God for Piccolo.
Yeah. Krillin, you're being real thirsty. You got to calm down.
I can't help myself.
Krillin, she just got here.
But she needs me.
Wait, did we do this bit last episode?
Yes.
That's right. This is part of the recap. Is this where you're saying it was too long?
This is too long. I had enough time to think.
Just be cool.
The sequel to Get Shorty? No!
see.
And see. Was that one
Starring
of the
The
first
Rock?
movies? Yeah, thank you. You knew where I was going. That I feel like that was the first one of those movies where The Rock was like, "I'm an actor, right?" And the answer is no. Powder blue suit, no.
In the book, which I have read,
Mhm.
there is a Samoan gentleman in the book. So it makes sense. It's just like, hey, there's a Samoan guy. Let's who's the most famous one right now? The Rock. Put him in. Put him in, coach.
Yeah, you got to. You got to, I guess. But they was Samoa Joe not on the scene?
At this time, he wasn't a name.
He wasn't a name.
No one
he
was.
He would have never gotten that call for the Get Shorty sequel. No way.
From Barry Sonnenfeld himself.
Mm-mm.
There. Yeah. Look. No one knew what Samoa Joe was cooking at the time.
This is true. Everybody knew what was on that hot plate.
Some sort of pie, if I remember correctly.
Hey, we're not discussing Be Cool, the sequel to Get Shorty today. We are discussing Gohan and Cell and Cell's rage, and Gohan's arrogance because Piccolo yells for him to finish off Cell now. Mm-hmm. It's a refrain that we've gotten the last couple of episodes, but Gohan just wants to toy with the creature.
Yeah. Some levity, some fun bits. You have Jimmy Firecracker he's trying to announce his little heart out. Mm-hmm. The cameraman reminds him that the microphone is not working. And then Jimmy continues, quote, "Your courageous announcer's voice rings out to no avail."
Oh, that's good. That's good. I think it's a little sadder in mine. He's just like, what does he say? I can't even remember. Because he's just like, oh, what a shame. And he looks battered and beaten and bruised. He's been through a lot, that Jimmy Firecracker. And as we discussed last week, he did have the greatest turn of any Z character so far. Just like Gohan's turn to complete heel in this moment, where Cell has fully reverted to semi-perfect Cell. If you don't remember what he sounds like this. Gohan. Yeah.
Real Nixon.
Yeah, a real Nixon. And then they do like this interesting bit where Gohan is slow walking up to semi-perfect Cell, and he slips and falls into a crevasse, holds on to the edge, Lion King style. I wrote my notes. And Gohan steps on his hands and says, "Give up or fall."
Whoa. I do have to mention how, one, everyone's so fucking off model in this episode. It takes away from some of the more poignant and somber moments we get to later on. But you see shots of Gohan just walking up to Cell, and it's like the coldest Gohan's ever been. And like Cell's reaction of like just terror. In mine, as he again is just kicking Cell's hand as he's holding onto the cliff, he goes, "What's the matter? Get up."
That one's way funnier.
Stop hitting yourself, Cell.
It's also hilarious because Cell is so scared he forgot he could fly.
Yeah, he falls for. I'm like, wait, is this it?
It's like he falls to the center of the earth. What is going on? And then he's like, "Oh wait, I can fly. That's right."
Yeah, he thinks he's gonna get the upper hand on Gohan. Gohan gives him a good elbow, gets him out of there. And I think at this point, everyone is just like, "Gohan, what are you fucking doing? Please." It's now or never.
Shit or get off the pot, Gohan. Yeah, definitely Goku and Piccolo are yelling at him. Krillin is yelling at him to finish the job. But oh no, because I think you had mentioned that a flying elbow knocks Cell into a pile of rubble. We get more rage from Cell. This time, his rage turns into bloat as Cell expands in disgusting ways, and he starts to laugh. And he's got some kind of sick plan, and that plan is, I'm gonna blow myself up. You have 40 seconds. Sugar water.
Yeah, he Veruca salts himself. Not Veruca salts. Violet Beauregard. He
Violet, you're turning violet.
So Junior's gonna come out, sing a jaunty tune to mock him.
Loompa, Daddy, you suck. You're really big and now you are stuck. Loompa, Cell Jr., see what his dad looked like when he was 3. What do you get when you can't beat a child whose temper previously was so mild? Keep going. What do you get when you get cut in half? A big brown boot up your ass?
I don't like the looks of it. Yes. Well done. Yeah. Perfect. No notes. Put it on Broadway.
There we go. Oh, stop, because
previews next week.
Half a mind to write the off-Broadway musical sensation. It'll be Titanic, Mary Todd, and Cell Saga on Broadway.
A musical's not hard, right? It doesn't take several years.
It's a jukebox musical.
It's unlicensed.
Exactly. You can get this thing up in 6 weeks. Black Box Theater.
I think I told you I saw an unlicensed musical last year. Saw the musical based on the hit horror film. And it was performed.
I'm sorry.
3 people performed it.
3?
3 people put on the entire show.
What are we doing?
So I'm just saying, 2 of us. Look, we've got the voices down.
Yeah, we got the voices down. We
is
get a couple of loop machines.
We got to pay a consultation fee to Brandon Zellman.
Hell yeah! If he could do Balls the musical, we can do Z Balls.
Z Balls with Z.
Yeah, Balls with the Z, the musical.
Cell's this whole first half, Cell being fucking gross. He looks like a he looks like a nutsack. Like I don't think I'm being hyperbolic.
No, he's got a seam in the middle of that.
That's what I'm saying.
Bulge.
There are ridges. And he looks like he's wearing fingerless gloves. That's funny. I laughed every time I saw his little fucking hands.
He put his big old mitts up all the time. Oh, don't hit me. I might explode.
Oh, yeah. Go. Yeah, because Gohan thinks he's like, oh, I better beat your ass. Then he's like, diplomatic immunity.
Hey, Gohan, remember that one time you could have destroyed me easily?
Yeah, have a flashback about it.
Giggity, giggity, Gohan, do it now.
Gohan, you wanna maybe beat Cell there?
I'm Piccolo, because he's black.
What the deuce? Why am I drunks?
Oh, really? I'm Scratch? Meow?
Brian, you're Krillin. Come on.
I don't want to be Krillin, Stewie. I hate it. I'm turned on by a wet android. I hate it.
Well, what else is new?
He got you there.
Yeah, he really roasted your ass there, bride.
Giggity. Giggity. My boma. Ooh.
That's it. That's all. I think that's it. That's the Family Guy voices we have. I can't do a Chris.
Yeah, we can. Can I do a Chris? No. Oh God, no. No
Miss
way.
That was Miss Piggy.
All right, now we do a Muppets run.
Okay. Hey, go high. You should have beat Sal. Waka waka. I don't know.
Fozzie.
That's it. That's all I can. That's as much fuzzy as I can do.
That works. Hey, Gohan. Might be a good idea to defeat Cell now. Mm-hmm.
How long is this Cell game's gonna last?
Probably longer than Krillin did.
Oh. That's it. Okay, then we're done with Muppets.
Elmo say.
Oh no, Sesame Street. Oh no.
Oh my God, they're doing a Muppet Babies run.
Just say that. Yeah, it's just a higher pitch voice.
It's just everybody with higher pitches.
Okay.
Yes.
Gohan feels bad, is what we're saying.
Yes.
He like loses his he depowers because he's so upset. Everyone's freaking out, and I like that you get a little preview of what could be if the Earth explodes. That I guess Piccolo has. He gets a vision.
I wanted to talk about this specifically, like because we get that cut to the galaxy and then the Earth exploding, and only Piccolo is superimposed on that. That is his vision of what's happening, right?
I feel like that has to be it.
As Earth's guardian, he would have that kind of level of perception. And he does show this level of perception off by saying, he's gonna do it. I know it. He's not bluffing this time.
There's nothing we could do.
I should have drank more water.
I could have fused with so many other Namekians. But I was a prude.
Hey, careful, Aaron. Those are the kinds of jokes that'll erode the seal, keeping the After Dark boys at
I
bay.
kicked a little salt out of my circle. We do you want to take as we get into the sadder parts? Do you want to take this?
I'll take this bit because as the Z fighters stand there waiting for the end, knowing that they've lost, they've all said Cell has won again. Goku turns, cracks a little cheeky grin. And Krillin clocks, he's like, no. I know what you're going to do. And I think Trunks also is like, don't do it, Goku. Please. He puts...
Do it, Goku. Piece of shit.
Hey, yo, easy. I know you're rivals, but that's not right now.
I have trouble expressing emotions other than anger, okay?
Well, maybe just don't say anything at all.
Everyone wants to know what Vegeta thinks. That's why I have that Substack. The Vegeta vlog.
The VV.
Mm-hmm.
VVLG.
Yeah, I'm subscribed just so I can see Bulma sometimes. She's in the background.
Oh, God. Why are you here again?
I'm part of this. I was invited. Right?
Yes, you were. We didn't think you would show up.
Crumple up, pull out paper. See?
You printed out the
Evite? Yes.
Yeah, you printed out the Evite.
I was a little upset when the little gift didn't transfer over onto paper.
God. We told you to get off BlackBerry, Yamcha. It's dead.
But I saw that movie. With that famous voice actor in it.
Guys, TN here. Everyone forgets. But I think Goku's about to do something.
All right, let him do it.
Thanks, not Yamcha. And as this scene that we just made up resolves back into the actual show, the glistening particle effects of Cell's energy emanating off his massive body, the waves of energy careening and crashing dust through the Z fighters, to see Goku put those faithful 2 fingers to his head. Crack that cheeky Goku grin. And then that infamous sound effect to a we haven't got one of these in a while, to a watercolor still of Krillin saying no. Goku appears in front of Cell. Now 10 seconds left until detonation. And before he opens his mouth, we cut to commercial.
Welcome to the best idea for a podcast of all time. This is Champs in the Making,
a Pokemon bracket podcast where we take every one of these creatures in the Pokemon video game franchise,
put them in a bracket together and find out which one the best one is.
Starmie gives me like organic, free-range, gluten-free, like fidget spinner energy.
Swallow can swallow a tire whole in one gulp.
Ladybug looks like it is ready to give you so many high fives with each of its little mitten hands.
I don't like Weird Ear's face.
It's got a big testicle for a nose, for sure.
I think Nidoking's favorite beer is PBR.
Okay. Champs in the Making, a Moonshot Network podcast about Pokemon. Find it wherever you listen to podcasts or first at patreon.com/Moonshot Network.
Hopefully that commercial break helped you gather your composure and suck back those tears so you can let them flow freely when Goku says this. Gohan, take care of your mother for me. She needs you. Tell her that I had to do this, Gohan. Goodbye, my son. Yeah, just take a minute. I know it's a lot.
No, because mine's different.
What?
I don't know what's sadder. So Goku, his farewell to his son is, you did good up until this point. Not up and I don't, it wasn't like, hey, you did great until that very last part where you fucked up. It was, hey, you did good. All the way to now, you did good. And then he's like, tell Chi-Chi I'm sorry. I always selfishly did what I want. Goodbye, Gohan.
Man.
And I think that little bit of realization from Goku is what
that's
puts it
big.
for me.
That's huge. Make me tight my chest.
Mm-hmm.
It's like watching All Might give Deku that strand of hair in episode 2.
I thought you were talking about pointing out.
No, that was
After
really
he
good too. That one's good too. But like when All Might stands there in front of Midoriya in his like true form,
mm-hmm.
and is like, you too can be a hero. Take this. I was just like, oh, Oh my God. I didn't know love could show itself in this way.
But
Just like this is I do your Goku lines are better. If you have an opinion, hit us up on Blue Sky or something. Just like hashtag Goku tears for Goku fears. Goku tears or Goku fears?
Yeah. Or for.
I'm sorry.
Hey, you're choking up. I get it. It's emotional.
I can't. You know what? Episode's over. I can't do it. I'm too broken up.
Yeah.
Man,
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe it's when you think about emotional gut punches in anime, this has to be at the top of most people's lists, right? Or are we just old and dudes?
This is the only way we cry.
This is the only. This had to be the only. I bet you a lot of my friends from like grade school and high school when they watched this, because I know they watched it. They just didn't want to talk about it in school because they thought it was lame. So I know they were crying Saturday morning or no, at like 9:30 at night after Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah. Like your parents walking in. Why are you crying? There's a giant green guy who looks like a nutsack on the TV. What's wrong with you?
Laughing maniacally. No, it was something else. I got dirt in my eye.
Some delinquent kid with blonde hair. What is this?
He's not a delinquent. He's a dad.
But yeah, it's very, very sad. Very either one is heartwarming.
Mm-hmm.
We get a bunch of cuts to everyone yelling out for Goku as the instant transmissions sell away. And then the final cut, very good cut to me, is a zoom out of King Kai going, he's just calling Goku an idiot. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing, Goku? Come on.
Oh, they didn't do a setup and punchline for you?
No.
Oh, I got.
There's no time for jokes.
Goku, what are you doing? This is the only place I could think of. Well, you could have called first. I was like,
You know what? I like that better. It softens the blow.
It definitely softens the blow of like the entire first half of the episode. And yeah, you can't help but be like, oh, King Kai. Before his planet is, when I say exploded, this is probably the most detailed explosion I've seen in Dragon Ball ever. They luxuriate in it. It does a bunch of color changes. We see King Kai's planet break apart. We get like black borders around the explosion of crackling evil energy. Goku standing in front of a beam of light as you can see him just like kind of dissolve. Like it's gnarly. It's gnarly, and they had the audacity to hit us with a one-liner before it.
I think a thing I noticed is Cell just gross to the end. His cheeks puff out, his lips like elongate. He looks like a fat duck in his last moment. That's the only thing I could think of. Too much
Sounds
bread.
like a song. Fat duck. But I don't know who sings it.
Oh, this is a real song.
No, I don't know, but it sounds like one.
Fat duck. I don't know. We don't know. Can't look it up.
I mean, yeah, we can't look it up, but I would love it if like Old Dirty Bastard had a song called Fat Duck. And I will not do an Old Dirty Bastard impression. I respect the woo too much.
You don't like it raw, is what you're saying.
No. I don't like it raw, but I love the woo. I step 2.
Killer bees are on the track.
Mm-hmm.
So it's everything settles. It's the silence of the cosmos. Everyone's so upset. And to me, there are 3 moments of heartbreak. We had one of them. This is the second one. Because it's Gohan just screaming out, "Father." And it echoes, and he's crying. Big old tears are welling up.
Yeah. They translated it to daddy for mine. And it still hits.
No.
It hits, but it would have been better. After the emotional growth
Daddy.
that Gohan just went through, father would have hit better. But daddy hit.
Because he's an adult. He's a man. He's a boy. He's grown up now.
He's got grown up arrogance.
Yeah.
Grown up energy.
He's not going to say daddy. Come on.
Distinguished colleague.
Work associate.
Mutually beneficiary of a relationship.
So we have that. Cut to Roshi and Bulma, who we haven't seen in a while. Roshi's like, can't feel Goku's ki. Can't feel Cell's ki either. And Bulma,
Bulma, doesn't she say something along the lines of, well, that means he, at least like Cell's gone, right? He won? And I don't think in mine Roshi even has a line. He just goes, And Bulma knows. And I was like, ooh, that hurt too.
Yeah. I don't know if she mentioned so. I think she's just like, wait, is Goku dead? And he's like, I don't want to say.
Can't say it.
We're having a nice time. It's never just me and you hanging out.
I never get to spend time with Trunks.
Another horsey ride for the boy. Roshi's probably a good babysitter. No,
probably with Turtle's help.
Yeah, it might go a little something. Turtle, he pooped his pants. Help me out.
Okay. I told you not to give him any chimichangas.
He loves Deadpool so much.
No, you love Deadpool.
That's true. I do. Ryan Reynolds. Ooh, a dreamboat.
And I love swimming pools.
What's about to be a piss pool if we don't plug this kid up? I'm holding him by under his little pits. He's buck naked.
I'm coming with the diaper bag. Just hold on.
I'm aiming him outside.
That works too.
The house has got a big sweat drop on it.
It's alive, which is canon.
Yep, not Nick Cannon. We'll never show Trunks drumline. What a horrible man.
He wouldn't take care of his kids like this. Nuh-uh.
Just sending a real alimony, Tony. This Nick Cannon.
Roshi, I didn't know you were on CBB World.
I do Maximus. Look, for 7 or 8, I forget. I know they bumped it up a little bit, but you get 5 days of podcast, baby. Ad free.
5 days of podcast ad free? That's almost as sweet as the scent of this baby powder. Hi-ya!
Yeah, get them dry. No chafing. Bulma will kick our asses.
I'm so glad we sat down and watched Daddy Daycare before Trunks got here.
What was the sequel? Was it just Daddy Daycare 2, but Eddie Murphy wasn't in it?
I think so. I think this is where they kind of got Eddie out and put the guy from Blackish in.
Oh, Anthony.
Not Mackie.
Not Mackie. Anthony Anderson. There we go.
That's it.
Hey.
The AA battery of entertainment. Put him in anything, it'll run better.
For me, myself, and Irene himself.
And scene.
Yeah.
God damn it, we made it. I love that movie, and I love him in it.
Me, myself, and Irene. It's good. It's good. I can't.
It was one of
deny.
those movies that was always on Comedy Central when I was like 13 to 17. It was always on. And just those three hefty black boys loving Jim
Geniuses.
Carrey. Geniuses. Straight up geniuses.
Just that's how we met one of his many wives, Renee Zellweger. There's a scene of him just sucking on a boob. We can't. It's the salt's getting thin.
Hey, whoa.
The salt's getting thin.
The ceiling jutsu is eroding.
Okay,
the ink on my belly is going away.
Again. Everyone is so off model. And it's just a still shot of the Z-Boys morning. And they just pan over. And the two call-outs are Tien's face, who's just mouth agape. And then Yamcha, they didn't even bother to draw his face. They just drew a hand covering himself.
And Trunks' hair is like all over. Like it's way too much. He has way too much hair. And Piccolo's like head is below his shoulders. He's so low right now.
My cell walls have deteriorated from grief. I'm wilting.
All this salt water.
It's bad for me. Guys, stop.
Please.
Or like turn around. Cry. You don't have to cry on me. There's okay. And then the third thing that gets to me is I'm curious what he says in yours versus mine, but Krillin solidifies himself as a good dude, as a great dude, walks past 18 to comfort the only one who goes up to Gohan to like comfort him.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, both you and Goku, you did it. You saved the world. And like, you know, Gohan's like very upset. He's like, if I would have worked sooner, if I would have finished it like my dad wanted to, none of this would have happened. And he's like, look, because of you, we were actually able to defeat Cell. He's like, hey, Goku died. He had a smile on his face because he was proud of you and how much you've grown up, Gohan. Come on. Get back up, bud. Let's go home.
I just want to stop you there because that is a crucial piece that I don't think is in mine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he did not say he died with a smile on his face. He just says, your dad would have been so proud of you, Gohan. It's okay. And I think maybe they because I got at the top of mine, like Krillin coming over, he's like, cry. It's okay. Let it all out. Which it yours felt way more genuine and true to the character. Like, I guess the Japanese character of Krillin, which is like a steadfast friend to Goku who understands him where nobody else really does, who believes in him when nobody else really does. And I don't know, because it wasn't played as like a light joke or like Krillin trying to break the mood or anything. It just felt a little, dare I say it, Western, you know? Like that's definitely something that like at the end of a semi-modern Western film, if there was like a father figure that died.
Yeah.
So, some rough cowboy, former sheriff. It's okay to cry, boy.
You get one tear. That's it.
Hey, make sure you get all your blubbering out now. It's the only one you got.
Clean your. Yeah, in a more Western story of this sort of male characters, it's definitely like, all right, clean yourself up before you come back.
Yeah. Wipe off those tears before you come in this house, you bitch.
No crying in my chili.
You ruined the pH balance.
It's 5 alarm. You'll need to save those tears for the heat.
This Texas Pete won't quit, and neither will you.
Yeah, if someone is already crying, I don't know if it helps to say, that's right, keep crying. Again, this might just be me. I'm immediately like defensive, like, don't tell me what to do. I'm doing it already. Just leave me be.
I think I've just gotten really good at crying.
Mm-hmm.
Like last year, I got really good at like figuring out like, hey, I feel like crying. What's going to help me cry? And it's usually like right now I have a song that I can't play because it triggers tears in any scenario.
You don't want to say it out loud?
No, I don't even want to say it out loud. It's mine. My song.
You know what? I respect that.
I'll tell you off mic.
You don't have to. But if you want to, I'd feel very honored. I would not use it against you.
Okay, please. Not in a court of law.
Yeah. Your Honor, this man's a crybaby. Click.
No. Was that? Were those the cuffs?
That was the tape player. Sorry.
Oh.
The crime of being sensitive and in touch with your emotions.
Judge Joe Brown gives no shits. Ding, ding, ding.
Tears mean guilty.
Judge Joe Brown, you crazy.
Judge Judy, she doesn't want crying in her court.
No, not. You can't cry. You can't get one past that, Judge Judy. Just like you can't really get one past old King Kai. Because after this nice emotional moment, we do a little dissolve to Otherworld, and we see 4 figures floating above Snake Way. King Kai, Goku, Bubbles, and Jeffrey. And Goku's just like, come on, King Kai, I'm sorry. Come on, I had to save the Earth.
Take me back,
forgive
baby.
me, right?
Come on.
Come on. And I my favorite thing is like Bubbles is really ready to Bubbles is like, yeah, he's fine.
Bubble has so much. He went through the grief process, lickety split.
Bubbles is like, he did it. He saved the world. He's good. He's chill.
Yeah. Probably loves being look, he can fly around. He probably loves being a ghost. Yeah, King Kai is none of it. He's like, why he like, don't talk to me like that. You gotta respect me. He's like,
I'm a king, Goku. That's what he says in mine.
I'm more important than Kame, I'm the most important guy in the world. You come to my house and blow it up. Saying I'm on your back. Get out of it. And then Goku's like, hey, so where's Cell? You think he went to hell? King Kai's like, wait a minute. He goes on to explain, like, no matter who it is, they go see King Yama. And he's not there. So, yeah, Cell's still alive. That's the end of that.
That is the big reveal. Cell's still alive.
Unlike
and then
me.
we cut to what? Oh,
does he ever forgive Goku? Because he's still dead he's still dead forever, I think.
Yeah. King Kai is dead forever. He's always got the halo on him. So I don't think he ever really gives in to Goku apologizing, but sorry. I don't think they ever like discuss it after this in any great detail. Maybe in Resurrection F, there's a joke about Goku fighting Lord Beerus on King Kai's planet and being like, no, because that doesn't happen in the movie. Never mind.
Okay.
That happens in a clip I saw of Dragon Ball Super.
Okay. Well, let's get back to Earth.
Yeah, let's do that.
Krillin has picked up 18. Vegeta, very direct. What are you going to do with that artificial human? Because if she's still alive, you should kill her. And he kind of paused after the first line. I'm just like, Vegeta, what are you implying?
I know what humans like to do now.
Because I
Bulma
like it too.
showed me.
You know what? Not half bad.
Look, maybe listen to the Diamond Dump where you'll learn I'm a boobs guy.
Mm-hmm. Fronts, not backs. I don't know why she keeps trying to make her butt big. No thanks.
That's not for me, Prince Vegeta.
I'm like, Bulma, you didn't do the front again. I keep asking.
I don't care about your back problems, woman.
Wish for a stronger back then.
You've got 3, damn it.
Eyelashes my ass.
Natural makeup, patooey.
A wish for old Vegeta, huh?
Vegeta sneaks a wish. Shenron, shut up. Be quiet.
Huh? What? It's like 2 a.m. What do you want, Vegeta?
I just want one wish.
Well, I can give a look. Don't tell anyone else this, but for returning people, I give a freebie out every once in a while. And
yes.
Just lose. My wish is that you lose my number after this. But go ahead.
You've got yourself a deal, Green Man.
Oh, you say Green Man too?
I wish Bulma had huge bazongos.
Oh, you skip bazongas all the way to bazongos? A to O?
A prince like me doesn't bother with... doesn't bother with alphabeticals.
I mean, like, I don't want to... Just bigger. Nothing else.
Huge bazongos. Do I have to say it again?
That's not very descriptive.
Just do it, clown.
Fine. Boop. Leave me alone. I'm going back to bed.
Look, I've deleted your number.
It's good. It's like, yeah, it was Vegeta, honey. Just, it's okay. Go back to sleep.
Bulma wakes up the next day. What are these? Huge bongos?
Damage, Shenron. Well, she's happy about it.
Shenron's like, that'll teach you to wake me up in the middle of the night.
Bulma, you got rhythm. Daddy-o.
Daddy-o.
Hey, Gohan's not the only one who could say it. Yeah, he should have said daddy. He should have cried out daddy.
Daddy-o.
Papa. Papa's more impactful.
What?
Papa's more impactful than daddy.
I think Papa is more impactful. You heard it here first. Papa more impactful than daddy.
Mm-hmm. If God forbid your father instant transmissions himself to death, but if it happens, yell out Papa.
My father would not have it. I'd yell out, Mr. White!
You'd write a strong letter.
Get away from me! I'm writing.
Okay,
Aaron, we have. I feel the presence of the After Dark boys keeping us off topic.
Clawing at the door. We got okay.
Oh.
Take us home because this is some cold. This is cold. You thought Gohan was cold.
You thought Gohan was cold? Shut up. shut all the way up. Because the wind blows. You think, oh, the winds of change, the winds of relief. But those winds, they pick up. And and from the center of those winds is crackling electric energy. It's familiar. Too familiar. And Piccolo clocks it. It's him. Cell's back. And then Cell does the old finger laser blast. Pew. And we get a continuity error, but it's cool because it bypasses, it skips Gohan, Piccolo, Krillin, Vegeta, Tien, Yamcha, Trunks, and then it comes back and it hits Trunks.
I didn't pick up on that.
Trunks is in the cuts because it's like, and I wrote in my notes, they must have been debating who gets hit for like a day. Like they couldn't come to a conclusion. That like by the end of the time they animated everything, they were just like, just show everybody because we don't know who Toriyama's going to pick to kill at the end. He wants to go off script.
Yeah.
And it clean through the center of Trunks' chest. The dust continues to clear, crackling with this electric energy of Super Saiyan 2, emerges Perfect Cell, who says, and I quote, "Looks like my aim's still good."
Okay, that's a good line. In mine, before we see him. Okay, first I'll say it should have been, I guess, looks like my aim's still perfect. Because the reveal is that he is, once again, perfect.
Perfect. Oh, man.
But in mine, before you get the reveal, all he says is like, who was it I hit? Trunks? Yeah. He doesn't even know. He's just like, who was that? Trunks?
Damn.
That familiar weak scream.
That is, man, that's cold. That is that's so hardcore. Shit. Man, let this man have Earth. He did it.
he if you can blow up and come back in an instant.
I think this dude won the Cell games.
Yeah. But that's where we end it. The announcer's just like, Cell's back? Fuck.
Oh my God. Cell's back.
Can't get rid of this guy. I was packing up. I was about to go home. I got to keep announcing.
Oh, but yeah, that's the end of this episode.
Mm-hmm.
And Aaron, we did it without the After Dark boys coming to play.
They got real close. I feel
got real close.
Breathing down my neck. Ugh, get a chill.
Crawling up my pant leg. A little freak. Ugh.
Licking knees.
Ugh. Sucking toes is normal. Licking knees, that's for freaks.
The back.
Ugh.
Look, we got to quickly get out of here. I know we have some emails. We'll get to them next week, I think, when we're...
Yeah, we got to get to the emails next week. So thank you for sending them in. We will get to them next week.
Yeah. But then let's, I think maybe a very quick CTAs of, and see thank yous, because thank you for listening.
Yeah. And thank you to our Patreon supporters who support us monetarily. We could not do this without you. We really appreciate it.
Right.
If you want to join the Patreon at $3 a month, and you get access to a whole year's worth of bonus content now. And yeah, there'll be more stuff coming. The Diamond Dumps, they are currently in purgatory, so we'll see where they go and when they come out. But thank you to our Patreon supporters. Thank you to the Moonshot Network for being our home in space. And we're also on Twitch. They're on Twitch, twitch.tv/Moonshot Network, twitch.tv/Kame House Party, where we do our Daima Dumps every week. We talk about Dragon Ball Daima before we get into It Takes Two, the game about divorce and platforming. Don't forget about Aaron's other project, Thinking Too Hard About Anime. And look, whether you are sucking in those tears because emotions, those you fear. Or your finger blasted trunks because wet androids, they suck. You gotta keep fighting.